So I'm going to share something with you that might challenge what you've believed your whole life. What I'm about to say is the very thing that had me end my 30 years of abusive relationships. This concept literally transformed my life, and it's the most powerful distinction that I can offer. So are you ready? You can't make someone happy, and someone can't make you happy. And you can't hurt someone, and no one can hurt you. You might have heard these in the past, and I'm about to share 3 stories that might have you actually believe this as your truth. So the first story is about 2 soldiers. And if you can imagine that these 2 soldiers have as identical of a life as possible. So they're both married, they both have 2 children, they both have similar homes, and they go off to war. They both have an injury, and they get their leg amputated. When they come back, one has the experience of a life filled with happiness and becomes an inspirational speaker and enjoys life. And the other one becomes depressed and actually turns to alcohol. So could you say that losing the leg made him happy? No, because they would both be happy. And could you say that losing the leg made him sad? No, because then they would both be sad. So what's the difference between the 2 men? It's their choices, how they chose to react to this situation. So the second story is a bit more personal, and as I shared, I've been in many abusive relationships. So at the beginning of the relationships, it would go like this. We'd be enjoying each other's company, and he would say, "You make me so happy." And I was like, "Cool." And I was getting all the credit because he was happy. But if he was happy and I was making him happy, then who's responsible for his happiness? I am. So I was getting all the credit and I was responsible for his happiness, which sounds great until he gets upset or sad or angry or any of that. Then I hear, "You make me sad. You make me angry. So then I'm to blame." And that pattern continued until I got the distinction that I'm responsible for what I do and for what I don't do, and my emotions and my reactions. I'm not responsible for the other person's emotions and the other person's reactions. So this third story is about someone who's been in my life and who's treated me with judgment and criticism. Now before, I used to feel sad and hurt. And then I've done some work on myself, and this same person continues to be judgmental and criticism in my life. But now I feel at peace, and I feel gratitude and love. So the circumstance and the person, the behavior of the person hasn't changed. It's still judgment and criticism. But before I was feeling hurt and sad, and now I feel strong in knowing who I am, and I feel at peace, and I feel love. So I'm going to say this again. I'm responsible for what I do and for what I don't do. And I'm responsible for my emotions and my reactions. I am not responsible for somebody else's emotions or somebody else's reactions. Now, I am committed to hearing the impact on how my actions have occurred to someone. So I'm going to listen and say, "Wow, what was the impact for you?" So I invite you to start paying attention to your life and the language around you, the language that you're using, and the language that the people around you are using. Who's actually taking responsibility? If you're interested in learning how accepting responsibility can create possibilities that you might not even have known existed, I can help. Contact me, Queen Bee.